I want to go over the sale process for a seller. So when I meet with a seller, how do I set up those expectations? How do we go over what the process is going to be and what other factors or riders or parts of the contract are important for us to get squared away from day one? So this is what I'm going to share with you, and hopefully this is beneficial for you. So the first thing I go over is just my information, our contact info. We talk a little bit about that. And then what I will do, now it's sharing because I went to the last screen. Okay. So I go over why, understanding why we're selling the house in the first place. What's important about it? What's the motivation? We're going to determine a price strategy to make your house the #1 option in our market, and then see if together makes sense or not. Honestly, that's what's important, and we have to see. So the important questions: who are the owners of the property? Where are you moving to? Why are you selling? I mean, if the home's that nice, why would you consider selling? What's the timeline you need it? And then how are you expecting the sale to help you? So selling it, what is it going to do? Is it going to give you the funds to move to the next place? Is it going to give you that peace of mind to not have to go through the foreclosure process? Is it going to, what is it going to do for you? And then I kind of talk about how I will never be pushing them. I will consult with them. I will always explain to them their options, and they are the decision makers. So the difference between a salesperson and a consultant. We talk about where are we, whether we are in a buyer's market versus a seller's market, and what does that mean? Who it really is, who holds the negotiating power, what can they expect in terms of offers, and then the current inventory for that specific area. So if I go to a neighborhood, I try to go in there as deep as I can. So for overall, we're in about 2 months of inventory. Then here's where I go over the selling roadmap. So the first thing is we position the home as the best choice in the market. So we look at the price and the marketing. How are we going to get this home at this price? And we're going to choose how to get that word out. So whether it's Facebook, YouTube, videos, mail cards, inviting to open houses, what are we going to do in order to get there? Then we're actually going to prepare your home to the MLS. So this is the first one, is we're going to decide the strategy. The second one is we're going to prepare the home to actually put it. So that means getting it ready for pictures. And once we get it for pictures and we get everything there in place, then this is when we deal with showings and negotiating the offers. So there's a couple of different things that we do there. So once the showings and we negotiate the offers, we're going to accept that offer. And within 3 days is the typical for the Florida standard. There is an earnest money deposit in order to move forward. Then what we get is an inspection period. This varies depending on the size of the home, the location, all that. And we will get an inspection report if they do decide to reduce their price later or request for proceeds at the end. The appraisal, if there is going to be a bank involved, the bank needs to justify the price of the home. So there's the appraisal section. If it doesn't appraise, then we're going to need to renegotiate, or the buyers will need to come up. Then we have the loan approval. So I tell them, if there's any kind of documents, submit those forms as soon as possible within 24 hours. And then at the end, we can close, and that's closing remotely, in person. You sign, the other person signs, different day. There's lots of different options. And then I go over the comparables. I see if there's any price that they had in mind already from before, and I let them choose the price. And this is what's important. I want them to test it out. And then if for some reason it doesn't work, then would they be open to adjusting the price in 2 weeks so we can test it out at the other price? Then we go and we prepare for the MLS. So I get them to do a seller's disclosure. So everything of the home is already detailed, and this is the status of the home that they're going to be putting in offers. So it helps with the negotiating process as well, because I say, okay, any of offers, please make sure that you consider the seller's disclosure and put in the offer ahead of time. So that way there's the transaction, it becomes much smoother that way. If the home is built before 1978, you have the lead paint disclosure. Any associations, or there's a special taxing district, or if flood insurance is required, we need to disclose all that. Then here, what items are going to be excluded, included. So washer, dryer, appliances, chandeliers, all those items we want to identify ahead of time. And then for pictures, we want to declutter any counters, areas where there's a lot of things, tables. It makes the home just look much larger in the pictures. And I always do recommend having a pre-inspection, which helps with the negotiating process and the floor plan. So people can measure their furniture and try to see if they can get it. And then I talk about the handling the showings, how lock boxes work, what are the risks, what are the good sides of this, any scheduling restrictions that they need, put away any valuables, and then I will also do a video of the home so people can see them ahead of time. And if the layout doesn't work for them, that's fine. We just know ahead of time. So when we compare offers and we receive it, then I go over the as-is contract with the pre-approval, proof of funds, and if they send in a DU, the desktop underwriter. We get the earnest money deposit, the timeline for their closing, the inspection, the appraisal, and the funding. So, and I asked them if there's an attorney that they have that they trust to review any documents, or how do they want to handle that side. And then we kind of go over some of the earnest money, the inspection, the home loan, and then I kind of go over all of the extra stuff. So even if they don't see me at the house all the time, we're coordinating closings, we're calling the inspectors, we're getting the photographer, we're researching, there's so much back end things that we're doing in order to get that home sold. And then I like to surround the client around our team, and then referrals if they know anyone else that would help them. And this is the goal: best price, fewest hassles, time frame, desire. And then here you go. I ask, who do you know from work, church, school, family that might be looking to buy a home, invest in real estate in the future. So that's it. And then I go over a couple of statistics, and I have them choose a charity that's important to them. So I wanted to share this process with you because it clarifies a lot of expectations right in the beginning, and then it helps position both of us to win. So that's it, and until next time.